What is up?
What's up?
We're back, bro. We're back.
What's
Hey, we're
happening,
back
boys?
at it.
What's happening? What's
You
happening?
know, I don't know if the tone would be
Yeah.
the same if Volker had lost, but I'm glad.
Yeah, listen, I would have been very disappointed had Volk lost.
Okay, guys, before we step in, though, like we said on the previous episode, we've got Cameron Simon fighting in the prelims versus Malcolm Wellmaker.
Yeah.
Ryan,
Yeah,
you,
hey,
you
man.
were actually saying something about this guy earlier on.
Yeah, listen, I'll be honest. I don't know how this fight got made, man. This dude has got one fight, one professional fight. And somehow he's already in the UFC. Like,
but
uh,
but it's impossible though, right? It's not one fight
I don't
in
I don't
MMA
know,
in
man.
general. It
That's
can't
what
be.
I'm
that's what
telling
we find it.
in MMA. That's the
Yeah.
thing. On the UFC page, it's even saying that guy is 1-0 in MMA. Now, look, I didn't research the guy too much, so I don't know. Maybe he fought in boxing or jiu-jitsu or Muay Thai or something. I'm not sure. But his MMA record is 1-0, so I'll be very disappointed. Just not in general, just in Cameron if he is to lose this fight. I did hear a little something in the camp that these past few months while he's been out, he's been revamping some things, sharpening up, made some changes. So
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to seeing a better Cameron.
yeah. But what do you think he should work on? Where do you think he lacks?
Oh, look, from his last two fights, I would have said that the only area he was lacking in is decision making.
Mm,
That's about it. Because
mm,
his striking is good, his grappling is good, his wrestling is good, his conditioning is good. He just needs to, when he's in there, make better decisions. Now, I'm not sure if that was something coming from the corner or just something he decided in the moment. But he needs to make better decisions. Like I keep watching, I'm just like, why are you throwing that now? No, why are you doing that? That doesn't make sense. Every
yeah,
time that
yeah.
yeah, those last two fights in particular. So I'm not sure if they've fixed up whatever that issue was. Hopefully they
Mm,
have. Yeah, and I think as long
yeah.
as he fixes that up, he can go on to contend.
Because he's a
But
pretty well-rounded fighter for sure, bro.
yeah, no, he's well
Yeah.
rounded. He's strong. He hits hard. His cardio lasts forever. He's just got to go in there, make more intelligent decisions in the moment,
Mm.
and then look. I think he'll give a lot of guys some trouble.
Yep, and I think he
Mm.
also needs to stop telegraphing his takedowns. I think the last two fights he did a lot of that, where
Yeah,
without throwing first
mm,
or maybe faking first, he just goes in, and I'm like, bro, at least show him
yeah,
something and then go for the takedown.
yeah. It seemed to me like he was just too urgent to get something done instead
Yeah,
of taking his time to set it up. Like he,
mm,
like he get cracked with something and then rush forward and then get cracked again. Like
yeah,
yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's just more intelligent decisions in the moment.
No,
Definitely.
Yeah.
good luck to him. Good luck to
Mm.
him.
Yeah, definitely. Good luck. We are rooting for you. So come on, Cameron, bring home the win.
Bring home the win, boy. We've also got Randy
Yeah,
Brown going up against Nicholas Dalby.
yeah, that'll be a fun fight.
Yeah, for sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
I'm
Why are
keen.
you laughing, to?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Randy Brown, man. He he doesn't fight his height. Like
Yeah,
he's a
yeah,
very, very long guy and he could be doing some, outside work. And a lot of time he just finds himself in clinches and he doesn't know what the hell to do when he's in there. Especially after when he's fighting like shorter guys, like Nicholas Dalby right now. He's shorter. He's just gonna go under him and just, bro. It's gonna.
yeah.
I don't know. I
Look,
don't trust.
it
I don't
is.
trust Randy Brown anymore.
Yeah, but to be
He,
fair, his last fight was against Brian Battle, bro. And Brian Battle is a beast, dude. He's a
Mhm.
beast.
Yeah, look,
You know?
that fight
Before
I
that, he
don't
was
fault him
coming in
for.
and a 3-win fight streak. So I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
so,
yeah. Ryan Battle is something else. Huh? What was that thing that he was saying when he was screaming after one of his post match situations?
oh yeah. How you gonna think a little Italian boy is gonna beat me? Something like that.
Yeah. Some crazy. Bro, please find that. Please find that audio clip.
But yeah, the last time he lost was against Jack Della Maddalena.
Yeah. Yeah. Look.
Mm,
Look,
mm,
this is kind of a criticism we've brought up with Randy Brown before. Yeah, that guy should have an amazing jab, a great front kick, and some low kicks, and he could win entire fights just with that.
yep.
But we
Yeah,
know that
yeah.
Pereira is a high flyer, bro. We know.
He's a crazy
Oh,
man.
He's a
yeah,
crazy
he's
guy. He be
He's
doing
a
exciting.
crazy man.
somersaults and jumping off the cage and stuff like that. And I think
Mm,
it'll be something different for Abus Magomedov to have to deal with. He's a good fighter and all,
mm,
but I
Mm,
think he keeps it very standard. I've seen him leave his arms very low when he's fighting because he's very smooth and loose with it, but it comes at the expense
mm,
of keeping your arms very low. Um, but stand up, he's brilliant, bro. His stand up is brilliant. So it's gonna be a great fight. I don't see it going to the ground much because those two
mm,
boys
yeah, they like to
love to
throw the
fight stand. They like to
hands.
throw the hands. So
Mm, mm,
if Pereira manages to squeeze one of these shots of his where you don't ever see them coming, next thing boom, then I think he'll get the guy. But if he stands up and tries to keep it very basic, the basics
mm,
are with
Magomedov.
with Magomedov, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Abus.
I like Pereira for this one.
Mm,
Because I don't think Magomedov has fought anyone who's as versatile and throws
mm,
all kinds of crazy shit. But the thing
yeah,
about the crazy shit is that it gives you 12 losses. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
because
yeah,
it
he
doesn't
gets he
always
gets
land.
100%. And when you
It,
miss hard and you leave yourself,
yeah,
vulnerable to like counters and
yeah,
things like that. So uh if
yeah,
if he throws one of those spinning kicks and whatever else he throws and he gets him, sure, knockout. But if Magomedov keeps it what's the word? What's the word?
Basic.
Yeah, keeps it basic and no, that wasn't the word, but yeah, let's use basic for
Yeah,
now. If
yeah.
he keeps it basic, he takes it easy. He
Mm.
just needs to be careful of those spinning elbows and spinning kicks. That's it.
And then next, we've
mm.
also got another African brother on the card. We've got David Onama versus Giga or Gija
Giga,
or Giga or
Giga
Giga,
Chikadze.
Chikadze.
Giga
Chikadze.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also a pretty interesting fight. I think these guys are stylistically the same, bro. I've
Mm,
seen both their fights and they fight similarly, bro. It's just that I
no, I
don't think
wouldn't.
I don't think David Onama lands as much as I would like to see him land in a fight, and I don't
Mm,
think he has the knockout power that he would like to possess in that division.
Yeah, but look,
You
to be
know,
fair, it's hard to make that comparison. I mean, Giga's coming from a pretty respectable kickboxing career before moving over to MMA. His striking is on a different level,
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
So,
But
mm.
but
look,
but I've seen
mm,
him in his previous fights, bro. He does leave himself open a lot.
yeah,
He also
yeah,
is one of those fighters that can fight with his arms very low, which for
mm,
me I honestly don't understand. But he does it, but so does Onama, which is that's what I'm saying. Like
mm,
I don't also see this fight going to the ground, for sure, for sure. I don't see it going
100%
to the
is going to be
ground.
a striking
I
battle.
I
see
don't
them
know.
striking.
I
I don't
think
see
it
Onama
won't.
taking Chikadze down, and I don't
Yeah,
see
that's what I was
because
gonna
Chikadze
say.
generally is a kickboxer.
Mm,
So
Mm,
so I think they both
he's,
keep it standing. It's going to be mainly a striking fight. If anyone takes anyone down, it will probably be Onama. and that will be because one of them is either tired or they hurt.
But my problem is, bro, Onama has this overhand right, bro, that I don't understand. Right? If he can work on that overhand right, I'm telling you, bro, he will drop so many other guys and he will land so many more efficient punches and combos. Bro,
Yeah.
it's like every time his overhand right lands, it lands on the wrist. I don't know, bro. So many fights that I watch, it's like he swings it so far out that by the time it lands, it's not a punch anymore. It's almost like a slap. You know what I mean, bro? And
Yeah.
it's always there, bro. It's always there. For some reason, he just lands it, but it doesn't have that efficiency. I think if he can really work on that overhand right, you know, have it that kind of DC kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? And try and land it down straight in the middle instead of it landing
Yeah,
always
like
on the side of
swinging it wide. Yeah.
and swinging it wide. I think that right there would really work.
What are you saying? What
Yeah,
are you saying, man?
swings it,
That's
bro.
an
What do you
overhand right is no, man.
no, man.
An overhand is not a down the middle kind of shot.
No, here's what
It's
I'm trying
meant
to
to
say.
loop over the side. You mean to say
No,
his right hand can land well if he throws it
no,
down,
no.
but not an
That's not what
overhand.
I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. He throws it as an overhand. Like you should watch his fights, bro. He ducks down and throws it up, like coming up like that. You know what I mean? This is what he does, bro, in every
Yeah.
fight. Right? And all I'm saying is if he connects it down the middle or at least on the chin, on the right, on the temple, then he's got a better chance. But the way he swings it so far in, bro, by the time he comes in and it connects, it doesn't have any damage. It's like more like a whip than like a punch. You know what I mean? Check out his fights, bro. Check out his fights. And the worst part is that's his most efficient punch going into the fight because he lands it so much when
Effective.
he's effective punch when he goes into a fight because he resorts to it a lot and a lot of his counters either start with that, end on that, or even when he's retreating, that's what he does.
Yeah, look, man. Look, when the overhand right is your go-to for a counter, I feel like you're missing some technical skills there.
Yeah, bro,
look, and
but like you're
that's
saying,
probably why. That's
yeah,
probably why he doesn't land it as clean or as often as he wants to, because everybody knows, watch out for the big overhand right. So
So they move
you
back a
know,
little bit.
yeah,
yeah, they move back a bit. They stick their arms in the way. But I mean, if you're fighting him, what kind of coach is not going to tell you, okay, we need to work defense against overhand right. It's his best shot. Take it away.
yeah.
And
Fight's
you
yours.
win.
But gentlemen, our next fighter is our favorite fighter on 4 Fight Stakes, Anthony Smith.
Oh, that poor
Why
bastard.
why does he have 21 losses? 21.
Because
21.
he's got 50
Gents,
fights.
gents, 21.
Uh,
Man, this guy, man.
Actually, he still has more wins than losses, dog. He's got
Yeah,
38
sure.
wins. 38,
Sure.
right?
Sure. But
38.
I think, yeah, like I think at some point you kind of just need to stop.
Yeah, look, I think either the people around him or he himself is not being honest with
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
Like, yeah, look, I think, it's a respectable career, many wins, many exciting moments, many knockouts and finishes. He fought the best in the world, had a chance to take the belt, but he took the man's way out, and didn't accept the DQ win. So yeah, look, man. But I think it's time to call it quits. Hey?
He's gonna get his ass whooped.
Yeah, look, he went on a tear for a while, and that's how he found
Right.
himself fighting John Jones.
Right.
Um,
But in the UFC, his losing streak has only been about 2 in a row, bro.
yeah, look, good
Which
on him
not
for
bad.
that. But look, this Chinese gentleman, I'm not going to try pronounce
Ming
his
Yang.
name.
Zhang.
Ming Yang, Zhang Ming Yang,
Yeah, Zhang Ming
whichever
Yang.
way you say it, whichever way you say it. Look, that guy is a finisher. He has 100% finish rate, knockouts, submissions, first
Round
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 finishes.
one. Yep.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
look. Anthony's got to make it out of the first round if he wants even a vague shot at winning. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen either, unfortunately, for
12 wins by
Anthony. But
knockout, 6 by submission, eight,
Bro.
18 first round finishes, bro. 18. That's
yeah, look, bro,
crazy.
that's madness, bro. I'm telling you. Yeah, so I think this may be the one that puts him away for good. Eh?
Yeah.
I
But
have no doubt. I have
what
no
is it?
doubt.
What is it, gents? Because he's been the commentator now. You were saying you saw him catching guys there by slap fighting.
Mm,
So
mm.
Mm,
that's those are other projects on the side. Do you guys think he really loves fighting that much? Because I know for sure he's not trying to win the title. That's for sure.
look, man. Unfortunately, I think he's one of those guys where he gets alone with himself and he starts thinking about his career, and he's just like, man, if I look on paper, as he likes to say, he should be technically way better than most of the people he fights, like ever. And the problem is, it's not translating to real life. So, and unfortunately, I think in those moments, there's no one around to tell him, it's just like, yeah, on paper, but you're not manifesting it in your actual fights. So
Mm.
the paper doesn't
No,
mean anything.
Mm.
no, the heart is not in there anymore, chance. The
I
last
don't even
couple
think
of
it's
fights.
hard.
No, like I think um if he wanted to, he could improve. But every time he gets hit, especially lately, he just curls up into a little ball.
Mm.
And
Yeah,
like
look, bro, I don't think that's a heart issue. I think that's just he's been worn down. I mean, how many fights does that guy have total? 50? 60? How many fight?
59, 59.
59. This will be the 60th fight then. That's a lot of miles,
Yeah, I
man.
think that's
Your
when you
chin
throw
on.
in that. Yeah, he needs to stop now.
And
60
I
is
think
okay.
Yeah,
he's
look.
probably one of those
No,
fighters
that's
that
what
probably doesn't even spar that hard anymore, or even like
he
at
probably,
all.
I'll be honest with you, I don't think he
So it
could.
comes as a
I'll
shock
be
to
honest with
him
you.
when he's in there.
Yeah, that's the thing, and
When he
I think
gets
it's
mad.
just he's taken so much punishment throughout his career, and like
Mm.
yeah, look, we've talked about before. If you get knocked out, you need to take time off so you can recover. But you know when you get knocked down right down to the baseline so many times, eventually you don't come back to the same level as before. You know,
Mm.
Yeah.
like we saw this, yeah, we saw this past weekend after the time off, Volk could take the shots and he could take big shots and recover and come back. But I think Anthony has taken so many knockouts and so many bad ones as well,
Mm.
particularly in recent years, that I just don't think, no matter how much he rests, I don't think it's going to come back up to a point where he can take the hard shots.
Yeah. I mean, he's lost all his teeth already. So,
Mm.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, man. It's just like I feel like that's a good sign to say enough. And unfortunately, I think it's going to take another bad knockout
mm,
from our Chinese fighter
mm.
to for it to kind of sink in, or at least I hope it sinks in. Because I'll be honest, I don't want to see him. If he gets knocked out bad, I don't want to watch him fight. I won't watch him fight.
Yeah. And Zhang is 26, bro. And that's
Yeah, look, he's so young. He's
eesh.
powerful. Like we talked about the finishes. I mean, shit,
Mountain
man. Like you,
Tiger. Mountain Tiger.
Mountain
no,
Tiger, bro.
Ryan.
yeah, that's a crazy nickname.
Ryan, just do me a favor. I don't know
Yeah,
if it's actually you or Taban, but I think it might be you. I think you keep touching
yeah.
the thing that's holding the mic or something.
Oh yeah, I do. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
my
hear
bad.
it and it's loud. Um,
Oh, okay, sorry.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think gentlemen, the main thing, and I've always kept saying this about Anthony Smith, is just his
Mm,
mindset. I don't think he has I think he's
mm,
one of those guys that struggle to get into the mode. You know what I mean? To find
Mm,
gears in his fighting. Um, and I've seen it, bro. Even the last time he fought that other guy and he was like, oh, you broke
mm,
into my house. Like he was trying to find something inside him that'll push him over the edge and make him
mm,
Yeah.
want to fight. And one thing
Yeah.
about fighters that I've realized is they tend to have that level where they can just switch up, bro. Okay, we in the
mm,
ring now. It's time to be a beast. You know what I mean? Yeah,
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I love his family. You know, I got respect for the guy. But once we enter the octagon, man, you know, we're gonna put on a fight out
mm,
there. You know what I mean? I don't think he has that, bro.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think he's been, yeah, I think he's been broken down so much. I don't even think his body wants him to get into that mode anymore.
Mm,
Yeah, look, man, and you know what, the sad thing for me is like he's now at a point where other guys are just making their name off of him.
Yep.
mm, mm.
You know, that's
And
the
there's a
thing. Is
Zhang about to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing, and this kid's gonna do it to him again. I mean, we saw with Khalil Roundtree. Um, that's for sure going in his top highlight reel.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh
guys,
man,
Yep.
guys are
his
just
knockout was
making.
crazy, bro. That
No, it
knockout, he was
was,
on his
and that's the
feet
thing.
at one point. Next thing, he's falling back, bro. That was vicious, bro. And and you know what? Every single time he fights, I don't know, bro. There's always something, man. I don't mean it in a messed
Mm,
up way, but there's always something. It's just always the house breaking or a team member, unfortunately passes away or something like that. I would like to see him
mm,
with a clear mind, right? Coming into this fight, clear mind, full camp. You've rested enough, bro, right?
mm,
Be that boogeyman that these guys need to worry about as soon as they come into the UFC and become that guy if you still want to fight in the UFC for a while. But there's no way Dana is still
yeah,
going to let you fight if this thing continues the way it's fighting because it's going on. Because,
yeah,
like you said, we don't want to keep seeing him beat like that, you know?
Yeah. He's
yeah.
getting knocked
Look,
out, unfortunately.
I'll be honest with you. I actually want him to get knocked out because I want this to be over for him now. Like, I think it's at a
Mm.
point now where if he keeps fighting, we got to start worrying about whether this guy's gonna die in there or something.
Yeah. Bro, like
Yeah,
I can see some brain damage possibly happening in his future, this guy, if he doesn't fucking
yeah,
stop
that's
now. He's
and that's
36
the problem.
fighting a 26-year-old. Like, let's stop that shit.
Yeah, no, and look, the thing for me about it is it's like, look, when the fighting thing is done, his brain is the only thing that's gonna make him money.
Mm,
So
mm,
rather get out while that thing is in reasonable shape.
sure.
Yep.
And to be
Yeah.
Yep.
honest, like with the Tony Ferguson, I kind of understood, bro, because there was no way Tony was going to be a commentator or anything like that, right? So fighting
Yeah,
for that
look,
long,
Tony's.
saving money, I guess. I don't know if that's the case, but for fighters to want to stay in to
Mm,
keep making money, like
Mm.
this past card we
it's
had,
a, it's really bad, man.
yeah, we had what's his name? Who was fighting this past card on the Volk card, the veteran, Jim Miller.
Oh, Jim Miller.
Jim
Mm.
Miller
Yeah,
still brings it, bro. You know what I mean? You're
that's what
gonna
I'm
have
saying.
to
Jim
show us
Miller
something,
is.
bro.
That's what I'm saying. Jim Miller is the veteran,
Exactly.
and
Mm.
unfortunately, you can't put Anthony Smith in the same category as Jim Miller.
Yeah.
Mm,
No, it's
Like,
not an age thing. It's not
it's
an
no,
age
it's not
thing.
because Jim
Yeah.
Miller is older. That's the thing, and he's
100%.
been
mm.
yeah, and he's been fighting all the young guns coming up, and he's been
And
beating the shit out of them.
And the thing, what I think the veterans get right most of the time is they exploit the weak points of these new fighters coming in with experience,
Mm,
bro. They
Mm-hmm.
smother them with
mm,
experience. If you're not good on the
mm.
ground and you're fighting a vet who is known for his groundwork, bro, you will have a long night, bro. You might
Mm.
win it,
Dude.
but you'll have a long night. You know what I mean? So that's
Yeah,
what
look,
he's
bro.
struggling to do, and because I think it's also because I don't think Anthony Smith has something he specializes in.
No, I don't even think it's that, eh? Because even a Jim Miller, look, he's a black belt. His jiu-jitsu is really good, but he can bang with any of the guys, and he's
Sure,
got the knockout wins to prove it. I think,
sure.
and
Mm.
Anthony's very much the same. His striking is really good. His jiu-jitsu is really good. It's just I think it's too much now, and it's like we can try and say he needs this, he needs that, but it's just like all the gauges are redlining with him. It's not like a Jim Miller that is maybe one or two, maybe even three things. With him, it's just everything. His mind's not there. His body can't take the punishment.
Yeah, he
The
doesn't punch hard.
motivation's not
He
there.
doesn't kick
That's
hard.
it.
Like,
He's
bro,
No,
he's lost
that's the
he's not
problem.
a
He
threat
used to.
as
at
well.
all.
He used to. That's the problem, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. I think all the gauges are redlining, and he's not stopping to look at the flipping warning bells going off, saying, "Hey, there's too much built up here. There's too much of a problem. We need to shut down." And and unfortunately, he doesn't want to look at it that way. Which is
But
a problem,
gentlemen,
which is really sad.
it's sad. But going to our final bout
Yeah.
of the night and the fight that
Oh,
this card was based around, we've got Ian Machado Garry versus Carlos Prates. And gentlemen, I can't wait. I think it's a perfect headlining fight. I really can't wait to see these guys go at it, because these are two guys that I respect in the division. I've still felt like Garry needs to prove himself a little bit more. I know he's been getting the wins against Michael Venom Page, Neil Magny,
pretty
but
much everyone else. You got to remember, he was
Jeff
undefeated
Neal.
until he ran into Shavkat.
Sure.
Yeah, that's the thing.
But also with him, bro, going up against someone who has his arsenal is crazy, bro. Like this guy, he's so smooth with it, bro. Like he's a
And
fighter.
he's powerful. He's powerful.
Powerful, bro. He will exploit
Yes.
every gap.
Yeah, look,
Garry gives
and
to
I
him,
think,
bro.
and I think that's the reason why Prates has risen to main event status in 4 fights, and Garry is now only, I mean, what is this? Only his second main event. After how many fights? And it's just because Prates is exciting. He gets finishes, and we know there's more to the game than that. But unfortunately, that's not what the fans want. They want the finishes. They want the exciting fights, and Garry really doesn't deliver that too often,
bro. He doesn't at all.
That's the thing.
Yeah, Garry.
He's not exciting, bro.
Yeah, Garry makes it easy to hate him. He doesn't give exciting fights. He keeps it too safe a lot of the time. Prates is a knockout artist, bro. He's KO'd Magny, he's KO'd Li Jingliang, he's KO'd what's his face? Charles Redkey. And who was the first guy? Trevin Giles.
Yeah,
yeah. So he, like, all of them finishes and exciting fights, fight of the night type performances. I would have wanted to see what he was gonna do against Jeff Neal before it got cancelled, but I hope to see it.
That would have been a good fight.
Yep. It was gonna be
I
a
would
great
have liked
fight.
that one. Yeah, look, but look, this is a decent fight to put on, anyways. Especially because I think a win here immediately pushes Garry up, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, JDM and Bilal is soon, and we know Shavkat's got the next one, so cool. Maybe we really test Garry, and if he doesn't pass, then cool. Then we prop up Sean Brady.
Yeah,
that's what I think. But if Prates wins, I was just like, ooh. Do we put him in with Sean Brady?
That's becomes exciting.
That's the thing. It gets exciting because it's like, ooh, what's next for that guy? Do we give him JDM after the assumed loss? That I'm assuming that's how that's gonna go. But yeah, look, yeah, it'll make things exciting, especially because by that time Shavkat will have climbed off the bench. And then maybe he needs another win before they throw him back in, just to remind everyone who the fuck he is. And then we go from there. So it's this fight could have some interesting ramifications for the division.
Yeah.
So what happens to MVP in all of this?
that guy is after fun fights. He's there to make money, be
Yeah, bro. I
exciting,
don't
that
think
sort of thing.
he's up for a
He's not going to compete.
title fight, and I think these newer guys should try and go at it before he tries and
Mhm.
come in and gives it his last chance. You know what I mean?
Yeah, look,
Mm.
I don't think a title fight is in the cards for him realistically,
Yeah,
and that's why they made that fight with him and the weird looking ginger pirate.
yeah, and I think he's okay
Yeah,
with that, bro. I think
yeah. Look, I
Mm.
think
MGC
so
would be
too.
okay with that. He's had a long
Yeah,
career,
look,
an impressive one. Uh,
mm,
you know.
and he's had titles.
Mm,
He's had titles. He's made money. It's now just kind of okay. Let's
mm,
fight the best guys around. Let's have fun fights, entertaining
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. Ending
Things
your
he wants
career
to
in the
do.
UFC is not a bad thing at all. You know.
No, not at all. Especially because he went around and he fought pretty much everywhere else except one. I think
Mm.
he
So I
fought.
think
Yeah, he fought everywhere else.
so with Gary, it's more a matter of if he wins, it's oh maybe he is the guy we thought or he says he is. But with Prates, it's
I
more
don't.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now he's here. Like you better
Mm,
watch out type of thing,
yeah.
right?
Mm.
Yeah, look, I think if Gary gets that win and can make it exciting and whatever, then it's just like, oh, okay,
We're forced to look.
yeah, maybe we'll have to consider him really because it's just
Mm.
like even when he fought Shavkat, so many people were counting him out, which look, me too. Um, and but look, the fight pretty much went the way I thought it
But like
did.
like Tabang
So
said, he makes it
yeah.
easy to not like him.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Look,
But anyway.
unfortunately, look, everybody's trying to have crazy high levels of charisma, and it kind of seems like some guys are forcing it when they don't have it, and I feel like he's one of those guys.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm,
yeah,
mm.
Yeah.
yeah. Uh, he's got that imposter
That Kobe
thing.
Covington thing.
Yeah, yeah. Like he acts a role and he's bad at acting that role. So it
Mm.
just makes people hate him. At
Mm,
least Kobe, you can believe the shit that he says. You can be like, okay, he's really an asshole.
Yeah,
But
because he's really pulled the heel card, and he
yeah.
plays
yeah,
it well.
yep. But Gary doesn't have that. He's like a little prep boy, who's trying
Mm.
to act like a bad boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like, are you bad or are
Mm.
you good, bro? Like, what's going on? You're gonna show us cute videos with your kid, and that's cute as hell. But then at the same time, you're gonna
Mm.
piss me off the next day. Like,
And
what's going on, bro? Like,
boy is soft,
Yeah.
bruh. Boy is soft, but he's trying to act hard. Yeah.
but yeah,
Actually, I hope
Yeah.
practice knocks him out. That's what I hope.
Yeah. Look, I don't want to say that, but like back to what you were saying is just the guy just needs to be himself. His
Yeah.
performances will be better. People will probably like him more if he's just like, listen, this is me. I'm gonna be me.
Yep.
I'm not gonna try dress it up when I got a mic in front of me or a
Yeah. Try
camera
to
in
be
front of
Conor
me.
McGregor. What? Come
Yeah,
on,
and
man.
that's the problem. Like,
mm,
just be yourself, man. That's all it is. Guys fight way better when they're just being themselves. As soon as they're acting out of character, the performance fucking nosedives, man.
mm.
Yep.
Every
But
Yep.
time,
gentlemen,
and every time.
this is another early morning for us because this is at the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, US. So no luck
Mm.
for us, fellas. I miss Abu Dhabi. I miss Abu
Yeah,
Dhabi. And I just want to say, guys, Uncle Dana, listen, I got you. You need person South Africa to help you. I got you. Okay, let's make
Gent,
this thing happen. Okay.
yeah.
Gent. Hamzat posted on X this morning,
What
and
did
he
he say?
said good news. What do you guys think that's about?
uh,
Bro, guys, can I tell you something? Ne? Business, and
Mhm.
I don't want to sound messed up, but I'm just starting to lose interest in Hamzat a little bit, bro.
Sure, sure.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm,
yeah,
I'm
yeah. I
with you
mean,
there.
Honestly, bro, the hype was there. He was taking on fights left, right, center to barely seeing him, to controversy of could he ever fight for the title, which is what we thought he
mm,
would do. I mean, the main thing
Mm,
was give him the title and let's see how long he can hold it, bro. You understand?
sure,
mm,
Now we've got
sure.
questions about
uh,
are we fighting? Are we seeing prime Khamzat? Is this the same Khamzat who could have won the belt back then and still held it for so long and who was
Yeah,
so
mm,
hungry and all of that type of stuff? You know what I
but I
mean?
think the Dricus fight is
yeah,
happening. That's what I'm saying.
yeah. Look, I think
I
it
think
is
that's what that's
happening,
about.
and look, you guys know I'm biased, but I'm biased because I know shit. I don't think Hamza gets that done. I don't think he gets that
You
done.
don't think so? I also
You
don't
don't
think
think he
For
gets what?
I don't think he gets it done against Strickers. For
Okay.
and for one and for one simple thing, every single guy he's taken down, he's ragdolled them. He's out muscled them. Yeah,
Mm,
like all the technique and stuff is good. We know that. There's no denying it. But he gets down there and he just out muscles the guys, and they kind of freak out and they're like, I don't know what to do now.
mm,
And that's 100% not going to happen with Drickus. Drickus is a ridiculously strong man at middleweight. All right,
mm.
he's flipping. I'm telling you, if that guy has one cheesecake in his camp and he misses weight, bro. I'm telling you, like, like,
But
Yeah, but
I
you're
think
right.
I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that one, and
mm,
I hope they do it in South Africa and not Australia or some shit like that.
But wait, Tabang,
mm,
did you change your tune? Because you said Khamzat will show Tricker's flames. So is
Yeah,
that
I
still
still think
your?
so.
Oh,
But
nah.
I think we get closer to the fight, then I'm gonna be uh, a bit more loud about how much Stickers gets his ass whooped. But
Yeah.
for now, I'll give Ryan the last word on it, and you know,
Oh,
as we get
well,
closer to the fight, we'll break it down proper.
yeah, but
well.
Loftus Stadium, Rickers
I don't
versus
know about
Khamzat.
Loftus.
Okay,
No,
okay.
Yeah.
Sun Arena, Sun Arena. Yeah. Sun Arena. Or
Is Sun big enough though?
okay,
That's the thing.
let's do Super Bowl Sun City.
Yeah.
Super
Super
Bowl
Bowl.
Sun City. They've hosted a lot of boxing fights there back in the days where it used to get
Yeah, but
packed
it.
big
was the
time.
capacity? Was the
Yeah,
I wonder,
that's
bro,
what I mean.
because then
Mm.
there's the value of the
We're
wave in
gonna.
Sun City to enjoy for the fighters and all of that, you know.
mm,
Uh, yeah, but
and it's
Well, they
got
don't
that's not
enjoy it
why
much,
we.
but they don't
That's
and
not
enjoy it.
why we choose an event, Baba. Come
it's got
now.
that it's got that African vibe.
And they can sleep at there's a guest, the very nice guest house near there. They can sleep in.
Listen, let's not have them do that. These
Like,
Americans are gonna get the wrong fucking idea about South Africa. Like they already think we're running around
No,
in leather
6,000, bro.
sandals.
no, guys.
No, that's not
So
enough.
the
That's not
Sunbet
enough.
Arena is 8,500
Even
capacity.
bro, I would say look 10,000 and up, man. Like it's a joke to have them come here for 6,000 seats. That's nothing.
No, no, it's not. Imagine how much each ticket would be, bruh, if they take it to like a 6,000, even a
Yeah,
20,000 capacity venue.
right.
Um,
Yeah, but you got to understand that at
yeah,
20,000, the ticket prices can be a little cheaper because I
sure.
believe that was one of the issues we did talk about before that they might come in and want to charge European prices, and Africa's not about
Mm,
that, bro.
mm, mm.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I think you got to do a big stadium so it can fill up. We get some cheaper tickets, so even us normal people can go, not just
Hey,
the rich
dude,
oaks.
Sunbet holds 10 grand,
Hmm?
10,000.
10,000
Okay,
standing.
that's
No, but
I,
that's
I think that's a good start,
No,
but
that's 10,000
I'd want them
standing, my
to do
that's,
brother.
bigger.
that's for a concert. No,
Yeah,
then
yeah, that's 10,000 standing. And for
No,
sporting
we can't
events,
do
it's
that.
8.5. Because now you need to imagine you need space for the octagon. and the
Mm.
And
VIPs
then there's
around the octagon, and like
mm,
there's
yeah. Look, I
it
think
wouldn't work out.
we're gonna have to do a stadium. Hey.
But the thing is, they're more worried about the weather because he was saying that it rained there.
Yeah.
But which month
Mm,
though?
Because
yeah. That's the
FNB
thing. That's the
Stadium,
thing.
FNB Stadium holds 94,736.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Look,
FNB is huge.
that might actually be too much. Eh?
But that's perfect, bro. Even if it doesn't fill up, I mean that's fine.
No, they'd fill it up.
Wait. What's
Yeah.
They'd fill it up.
They'd want it full for their
okay,
first
guys?
event.
Okay, hear me out.
Mm,
Loftus
Okay.
51,762.
okay.
Okay. That's sounding doable.
Right,
Okay.
right. That's
Okay.
doable, bro.
Yeah. That sounds doable.
We
Yeah.
just
And then I
Yeah,
might actually get fucking tickets.
but
yeah.
then I mean it's April now. If the fight gets announced, then we're looking at what, September, October?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is
October.
that enough time for them to get it done? Hey.
Not
Because
only that, we need to look at our
with
weather,
our
bro.
government,
We need to look
yeah,
at
our
our weather.
weather,
When is it
yeah, but
less rainy?
I
Let's
think
say
October would be nice.
June, July,
yeah,
May,
yeah,
June,
it's a little
July.
cold, but
A
it's
little bit cold, but
yeah. But you know what? They might also be trying to avoid Johannesburg because of the altitude. Hey,
fuck that, bro. We've been
what do you
altituding
mean?
this whole
Fuck that.
time. Bro, our fighters have been altituding this whole time, going to camp a
That's
week
not.
in advance
Yeah,
to
Mm,
but
try and
hey,
acclimate.
brother, calm down. You're not thinking
Uh,
clearly here. I'm not talking about our fighters. Of course, our fighters are used to the altitude, but
so,
the fights that happen at altitude, there are guys get gassed way more often because despite them training with that in mind, they're always gassed. The fights are not quite as
mm.
exciting. That sort of stuff happens. So they might want to avoid that for a first event because the first event in a new region, they want it to be a banger.
It might end up being in Cape Town, this thing, gents.
That's what I'm saying.
but
But
where in Cape
Cape Town, you got to worry about the weather even more.
even worse, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And plus the stadium doesn't close. It's not
Mm,
it's not all weather type situation. So
mm,
and Cape Town
yeah.
rains, man. Rains over there. So
Yeah. But look, I'll be honest with you. I know what Dana said, but I don't think it happens this year. Like, there's a lot of work that has to happen. And with our useless government, to get something big like that done, bro. Oh God.
bruh,
And especially,
we
bro,
put on
and
the 2020, we put on the 2010 World Cup. What you talking about? We've
Yeah,
been
bro.
doing
yeah,
this
cool,
And we
bro.
got
2010.
Uncle
15
Jason
years
McKenzie,
ago.
no, bro.
We've had what's that electric Formula One situation? But we
Yeah,
do
bro.
the
But
big
that
things
was,
over here. What you talk about?
yeah,
And plus,
look, it's not
and
that.
and plus, I don't
It's
think
not.
Mackenzie's gonna like the shit that you're talking.
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh.
He must come have coffee with me. We'll talk about it.
Uncle Mackenzie, give us tickets. You can leave right now. We have
Yeah,
tickets.
yeah,
Ah.
We have
yeah,
tickets.
yeah,
Okay. I see. I see.
yeah.
But gentlemen,
Some other.
that's it from
Yeah.
us. What's some other one?
Yeah. Hmm?
Yo,
Oh, yeah.
like,
What?
subscribe, and comment.
Wow.
That was so bad.
Ryan, your job is gone, bro. But ladies and
No,
gentlemen, don't
that is,
forget to like,
No, bro, like this
subscribe,
guy,
comment.
he's been saying, yo guys, that's been the show. That was like the third time now. I'm like,
Yeah,
is
because
this
then
guy
you guys
gonna
keep
say?
saying stuff, and I
Is
don't
this
want to
guy
fuck
gonna
you.
say,
I'm not
like,
your Tyler
subscribe, and some
Perry,
shit?
guys. I know who I am. I'm a nice
okay.
guy. You know what I mean? But ladies and
I get you,
gentlemen,
So
Loki.
sign us
uh,
out, sign us
for
out,
real
man.
though,
Sign us
All
out, my
right.
brother.
ladies and gentlemen, that
Okay.
is it
Okay.
from us. Do the right thing, Ryan.
Yo, guys, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think the chances are of UFC Africa happening this year. I don't think so, but let me know what you think.
Yep. And that is us, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
I'm gonna put money on Anthony Smith.